flyers and brochures. Now, flyers and brochures are very important if you use them rightly. Now, how do you use flyers? For flyers, they are marketing collateral, they are marketing materials. This means you want to distribute them in as many strategic points as possible, based on your target audience or based on your niche at the point in time when you're prospecting. Now, some people say things like, do flyers still work? Yes, yes, yes. I've come across salespeople in a line of work. We've come across salespeople who, when they've closed, we ask them, how did you get this prospect? Major transaction. He says, oh, he called me for my flyer. So flyers do work if you're used rightly. For brochures, we don't expect you to use flyers like brochures. So this means if your prospect says, send me the brochure, what are you supposed to do? We're expecting you to schedule a meeting instead, and at the end of the meeting, you leave the brochure behind as a reference material. Now, if you think your brochure is so good that it can explain your product or service so well without you talking to the prospect, then there could be something wrong. That could just mean that you don't even need a sales team, or the salespeople are overpaid. So your brochures cannot be so good that it will explain the product far better than a human being can explain it, because your brochure doesn't have body language, doesn't have tone of voice, and it doesn't have the emotions to communicate value like a human being would do. So please don't make your brochure a flyer. Make sure the brochure is a summary document that people leave behind after their sales meetings. Next point, phones for calls, please. Phones for calls. Now, it's better you give them the company's phones, because I've seen cases where people resign, and when they resign, prospects they've been engaging are calling the official line. And because they're calling the official line, somebody else in the team can take the phone and continue the conversation. Whereas if you allow them, and if you only give them, if you didn't make available to them a company line and you only allow them use their personal lines, then that would mean that possibly when they resign, or if they resign, they will be taking your leads or your transactions outside the organization. Another point is that make available airtime and data, please. Airtime and data are very necessary. Please don't say things like, but we already made data available in the company line. We don't need to make data available in their personal line. We already made airtime and Wi-Fi available in the office. Make it comfortable for them so that they can be able to take advantage of opportunities. Who knows? There could be a point where they could just want to make reference to their personal line for any reason. I'm just saying. So make available data, no matter how little, and make available airtime for them to use as well. It makes them more effective. Laptops for data entry too. Next point, laptops for data entry. You're going to probably give them access to certain software, certain tools, possibly want to type out offer letters, want to type out proposals. They need to have laptops to use to be able to do that very effectively. There are many ways you can work around this. If, for example, you cannot afford to make available laptops, you can have a central, like a sales operations department, and that department would be the one who would prepare all documents, maybe all offer letters, upload all documents in the software so that it can be more organized and you can help to manage your cost. But if you can decentralize it and give everybody laptops, the better. And preferably company laptops, not people bringing their personal laptops to the organization. And when we talk about laptops, we have to talk about IT infrastructure as well. You need to make sure that there's some IT infrastructure set up in your company so that everybody can have access to their Outlook or to their emails, have access to all the tools and configurations to make using their laptops effortless and seamless. Now, office space, very necessary. Office space is my next point. Office space with a kitchen area. Now, don't say things like they are salespeople, they don't need an office. There's something about, you're not hiring entrepreneurs. You're hiring employees. Employees still like the feeling of knowing that they are resuming somewhere every day. So please give them a beautiful office. Something very nice. It's your structures and your systems and your operations that will make it possible for them to realize that, hey, we can't sit here, we have to go out. But make the office very habitable and very sweet. One of the reasons is also because of content creation, right? Salespeople today, we need content creation to be able to drive our products out there more aggressively or in a higher fashion, or to make it more persuasive, to find new buyers for our products. And if you have a good office space, you can inspire content creation for them to be able to do what they have to do. And when we talk about office space, this also includes making available tools for content creation. Make available lights, make available tripods, make available beautiful backdrops so that people can be able to record content at strategic places in the office to be able to push your brand out there. Then in your office space, kitchen area, the kitchen area is very necessary. Try not to have people just eat in the central places or central office space. Make sure there's a kitchen area where they can all eat and do all they need to do to take care of themselves. Next point, pool cars, please. They need to have pool cars to go out. If you can't afford to get pool cars for everybody, there are leasing companies that you can pay on a daily basis who will make available cars and drivers to take your salespeople out there. It's just that I always encourage that there should be call logs, right, to track where the salespeople went to and to give feedback on how long they spent there, plus how much fuel was used, so that you can be able to manage the resources of your organization. In addition to pool cars, if you don't want to, like I said, if you're not going to buy pool cars, there are leasing companies that can make available pool cars to you. You can also use popular taxi applications or taxi companies, right? There are certain corporate packages they have which they can partner with you to be able to make it easy for your people to move around. And this is just at the stages where you can't afford to get the pool cars. The final point here is a CRM, a customer relationship management tool. The CRM helps to update your salespeople helps your salespeople update all the information about their prospects for ease of tracking, for ease of follow-up. Now, when you sell, it's not everybody who you sell to today that will buy immediately. Some people will buy much later. But what will make it possible for them to buy much later is follow-up. And one of the things follow-up needs to thrive is a tracking system. A CRM is a powerful tool to help you track accordingly. If you don't want to use a CRM, a cheaper way can be to use an Excel sheet. One of the limitations of an Excel sheet is that the Excel sheet, you can miss information or miss opportunities because the Excel sheet may not be able to trigger you or send you reminders. There are certain CRMs that can trigger you when it's time to go for a meeting, or can automatically send emails to your prospects ahead of meetings or after meetings to give them summaries of meetings. So please work your way up to invest in tools like the CRM. This will make it easy for people to perform at the highest level. So these 10 things I've shared with you today, if you put them to work and you use them in your organization, it's going to change the way your salespeople perform. You'd have created an environment that works, and you'll be able to inspire performance and help them be at their best, be their best self. I'd like to thank you for watching this video. Please, if you have any questions or need any clarification as regards any of these tools we've mentioned, please comment below so that I can please give you a response. Please remember to watch this next video. It's going to be a great blessing to you. I look forward to seeing you in the next video.